Welcome to Winter Sowing 2025. Today, what we are going to do is we're going to get all the prep work done. So we are going to make all the holes in the containers. We're going to make sure we have all of our supplies. We're going to run to Lowe's. We're going to get our soil. We're going to get some duct tape, a little bit more duct tape. And I think that's all we need. And then some more slug bait. And we're going to set the stage, lay everything out, and get ready because tomorrow is the day. We are winter sowing all day long. It happens to be Super Bowl Sunday, and I'm calling it Winter Sowing Sunday. If you are new here, my name is Kim, and I want to welcome you. I am the Southern Daisy, and I am super passionate about starting anything from seed. If there's a seed and you can get your hands on it, I want you to put it in the soil and grow something. You can grow your food, you can grow your herbs, you can grow flowers that sometimes are edible. You can grow such beautiful, magnificent things from seed. I have two methods that I swear by, and that is winter sowing, and that is a way that you start seeds in the winter in a translucent or transparent container like these. I prefer a gallon jug. You can use a quart jug. It's not quite as big. You can use a big cat litter container. We do need to do a little more to this. I'm going to do that today. Do need to put more holes in the top so that water can get in. But I start seeds in this process and you put them outside and oh my gosh, it's so amazing. I have tons of videos, tons of playlists about winter sowing, and I hope you will do a deep dive. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it will change your life. It changed mine. It changes mine every year. And when you open this container, your seedlings are nicer than what you can buy at the store. And all you did was, for the price of the seed pack, let's go with bachelor buttons. So this was 31 cents. Okay, so what is winter sowing? Well, here it is. Here is my first container I did this year. This is the bachelor buttons right here. I sowed it on the 20th of January, and they are the Blue Boy. So this is what the container looks like once it's all prepped. The soil is prepped and the seeds are planted. The slug bait, which is new for me this year, is put inside, and you have misted the top, and then you put them in. And I want you to see this. So this is about a month later. And look, I have little tiny seeds germinating. You see the white globs, those are the slug bait. So this sits outside and I just monitor it for moisture and I let nature do its thing. So that is what I'm preparing for today. I am also going to get started with probably in another video, I'm going to go through the process of getting all of my indoor seed starting trays ready because I'm going to hit the ground running with that this week as well. So we're doing all the things seeds, and I am so excited that you are here. So I hope you will use this opportunity to get your seed starting material. If you haven't already, we're going to run to Lowe's and get our supplies, and then we're going to come back and do all the prep work. Okay, how's that sound? Let's do this. You know what I was thinking? When we go to Lowe's, I'm going to take my tripod, my little handheld tripod, because you know what? We might find some seeds that we need. They have all their seeds out. And my Dollar Tree this year, usually I like to get seeds at the Dollar Tree, but this year they're kind of disappointing because they don't have a ton of a variety. I don't know if they do where you're at. I am ready to do some shopping, get some supplies so we can winter sow it up and probably buy some seeds. I tend to get in trouble in this store. I'm sure today is going to be no different. Let's go inside, see what they've got. I'm in the garden center parking. They've got all kinds of stuff out, which I'm going to try and put some blinders on, be like this as I walk past it. So here we go. Probably gonna get two of these. They're $16.98. This is what I got last year. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. You get more for less, just a little bit less, but I like it because it has a shake thing and I don't have to scoop it out of this. I used this last year, it's great, but for $2 cheaper, I'm gonna go with this year. Okay, now all we need to do is go get the duct tape. So I've got to go find that in this store and try not to buy anything else because I've gotten a little crazy, but we need it, right? Okay, let's go look. Okay, we're gonna try an experiment. This year, we're gonna try some painter's tape along with our duct tape because someone had mentioned that with their arthritis, they had to use something that was a little easier to get off, and I will admit, duct tape is a nightmare to pull off. So I'm trying to find a thick single roll that will work. All right. And then we have the colored duct tape here with orange. So we are back from Lowe's, back in my greenhouse, and I am ready to prep my containers. So I have 25 containers that I'm going to take up and poke holes in right now and cut. I have my containers all laid out here. As you can see, I have an extension cord. This is a wood burning tool. It's got the chisel tip, and this is how I like to burn my holes in my container. So what we need to do right now is make drainage holes, and how we make drainage holes is with this, or you can use a knife or a screwdriver, whatever you need, but we are making drainage holes so that the water has somewhere to go and it doesn't drown our plants. We've gotten our containers gathered, we've gotten our supplies from Lowe's, and now step number 3 would be doing the drainage holes. I like to poke the holes before I cut them. It's just easier to hold on to the containers. I'm gonna do the first one and explain what I'm doing and do the rest of them. I know you don't want to sit here and watch me poke holes in all of them, so I understand that. I have got my container. This one needs a little bit of cleaning. It looks like it's on the outside, but that's okay. I have my wood burning tool. As I said, it's smoking, so that means it's ready to go. And what I am looking to do is keep the, sorry, I had a mint because I choked just a minute ago, but poking holes in the bottom. So I am mainly focusing on right below the handle in the bottom. And if you just err on the side of too many is no such thing, I guess, because we want to allow good drainage, okay? So I put maybe 20 in each. So I go all around the sides and then in the bottom. All right, so I'm gonna start in the bottom, and as you can see, it just glides right in, just like that. Make sure you're doing this outside because as you can see, the smoke is probably not very good for you. It's plastic, and we've all heard about, you know, burning plastic. That's really bad for you, bad for your lungs. So if you're so inclined, you can wear a mask, a respirator, or something like that. I am staying downwind of the smoke, but you can see how many I just put in the bottom. I still feel like that's probably not enough. I'm gonna do more, but I'm gonna focus on going around the side. Just like that. Don't forget your sides here. We're just poking drainage holes, okay? Like so. Now, that is probably good. I do like to go up the side just a little bit. Just like that. Okay, so what I want to show you is last year I used the cat litter container, and because it's even more space, it's a lot bigger. It's like 2 of these, and we all need more space because that means more seeds we can put in each jug. Typically I put 8 to 10 in a gallon size. In this one we could put, I don't know, 15. So you see what I'm saying? That's 15 plants. What I noticed last year was, you see how the hole in this cat litter container is off to one side? what happened is whatever was planted, the seeds that were right under the hole, they got big. But then the ones that were over here where the water, because the water's not going to spread out necessarily. It may if you get enough of it. But over here, these plants struggled more. So what I decided is I didn't want to not use the cat litter containers because they're amazing. What I do want to do is create more drainage in the top here. So I am going to do more than just a small hole with this. I'm going to try and wallow out the hole. So that may be better done with a drill, but we're gonna try it with this because I have it out. And let's see how it works. Just kind of pulling, making it a little bit bigger than even the wand. So I feel like water could get in there pretty good. Now we've done that, we've burnt holes. Now what we want to do is take our utility knife, and I have a really nice one I just bought for $6 at Lowe's for my husband for Christmas, but it's really for me. And you're going to leave, you want to make a hinge. So we're going to leave this part right here intact, and we're just going to cut. You can use scissors. Some people's wood burning tool comes with kind of like a cutting device. Okay, so as you can see, we have a hinge, we have good drainage, and this one is all ready for winter sowing. I'm gonna go through and do this on all of my containers. Well, I have worked until it's almost dark, so I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I am almost done with all the prep of my containers here. Tomorrow is the big day. We've gotten all our supplies. I'm going to go get everything together tonight. My paint pen, make sure everything is in the same place so I'm not running around looking. So I highly recommend doing the prep work a day before or a day ahead of doing your actual winter sowing, because the winter sowing is a big undertaking if you're doing a lot of containers at one time like I am. So also what I'm going to do is go through my seeds, and I'm going to make sure that I know whether or not my seeds need light or darkness to germinate. I write that on the very back of my seed pack. It's very important, and it does save you a lot of time, because if they do need light to germinate, you know you're not going to cover them with soil. You're just going to press them firmly into the soil. But if they do need darkness to germinate, you're going to sprinkle the soil over top of them and before you close your container. So that's very, very important to know ahead of time. So you want to gather all your supplies, which is what I've done today. I've ran around, I did poke the holes, and so I feel like we're cooking with gas, right? We're almost there. I'm so excited to get started with my winter sowing. Before long, I'm going to line my fence down there with it, and we are going to be watching our babies, making sure the moisture is good, and otherwise we're leaving them alone until spring. So I hope this video has been helpful. I know it's not the most exciting, but the best is coming tomorrow, and I'm going to, of course, bring you along for it. So stay tuned, come back, and I will see you tomorrow. Hey, one thing I wanted to remind you, two things I wanted to remind you of is I now have an online free garden community. It's called the Community Garden, and it's a space where you can come together as a beginner, expert, or anyone in between, and you can join this community and find like-minded people. I'm there as well, and so I would love to have you there. I also want to mention that I started a podcast. It's called In the Garden with Kim Aguilar, the Southern Daisy, and you can find it on any platform that you listen to your podcast. I prefer Apple, but I know some people have Spotify, some people have other platforms, and so you can find it on anywhere that has podcast. It's there. In the Garden with Kim Aguilar, the Southern Daisy. So you do have to put in the Garden with Kim Aguilar. I'll have them linked below, so you can certainly go and see that. Join the community. It's free, and you're under no obligation. And then also the podcast, if you're interested in listening to that. And so I just wanted to remind you that those are now live and ready if you are interested. Okay. This time I'm out of here. I'm Kim Aguilar, and I'll see you in the garden.